I'm gonna just set it off like that. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the wives. Hip Hop Mike here, live at Studio Square Recordings with a special guest. Came all the way from Illinois. You like the cookie? Oh, perfect.
So,
he's a fashionable man.
Bro, I eat a lot of treats. I love treats. This is competitive.
Yeah.
Really
oh
good.
Nah, I'm not playing games out here.
Really competitive.
Cookie game is crazy. Alexander Lewis is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up from your house. Give it up.
I told him, I was like, dude, I'm real. Like, if the cookies was bad, I wasn't gonna shy away. I was like,
you gotta be honest. I mean, if they're not slapping, you gotta tell me they're not slapping.
That's why I had the lingerie girl slap me.
Okay.
Dude, I had her hired, bro.
He had a girl in lingerie ready to come and feed him cookies this whole interview.
Yeah, I've been plotting for a while now.
I mean, we connected, what, like 2 months ago? It's been a while.
For the interview, but we go way back. I know you probably don't remember me, bro.
Put me on.
You
Did you have the long hair? Were you in a suit?
All right, well, we're gonna bring her back.
Please.
Bring her back. All right.
Back kind of good energy, yo.
Back where we left off. I just graduated college.
Okay.
Everyone's getting their jobs. Again, I could have made cake right away. Passed away with a lot of good jobs. Decided to go to my grandma's. Basically got like a retirement area. Broke as shit. No money to my name.
It's like a complex. Like
it's a complex.
I lived with my grandma in one of these like 65 plus complex.
Yes.
So all right, you got everybody like, what the fuck are you doing here?
All the ladies are fucking. I'll get to it. So I go there, bro. I got money to my name. No phone. Just fucking like. My mom's like, blah, blah, blah. My uncle comes through and sell airplanes. Like, but at the same time, the reason why I'm in Chicago is because I signed this thing with Swisher Sweets.
Okay.
It was like they paid me. I can't say contract thingy, but they gave me a little whatever to, for their artist project.
All right.
I'm in their artist project, and at the time I went by Whitey.
Okay. You have a record called Whitey also.
Yeah, but when you look back at all my content, when I say Whitey, that was my name. Okay. My nickname was Whitey to a lot of people. So
why was that?
Well, my last name is Whitehurst.
Okay.
Yeah, playing baseball, sports. And just, I don't know, just playing. Then some kid put it in the tomato. Like those sewing tomatoes?
Okay, yeah.
We're like 5th grade. And he comes over and says YT and like little tildes.
Okay.
And I look at it and I'm like, what is that, bro? He's like, Whitey.
Whitey.
It was like 5th grade, bro. You can't make this up. And then when I got older, man, I was just kind of like,
just ran with it.
I felt like I chose to switch my name last year to Alexander Lewis because YouTube was killing my search engine. So I was like, and I wasn't really like making any like I was just like, I'm not famous. Like, I can do this now. I can switch my name and like be comfortable transition. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at my grandma's, blah blah blah. I'm with Swisher Sweets, and that was like the most pivotal moment of my life, and it made me like, because a lot of people would have felt like a loser. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, people could get comfortable in that situation.
A lot of people would have felt like a loser, but for me, man, I put my phone away. I knew I was in a place I didn't have to worry about nothing. Like, so I just all day making beats, bro. My grandma. That's how my first studio album was finished.
So why beats? Like, what got you into making beats? And you had been making music in school already, or?
Yeah. No, I go 18, 17.
Okay.
You go to my SoundCloud. Like, this is... It goes deeper.
So I have the Spotify pulled up here.
It goes deeper.
Take them back to when the music first started, because, I mean, this is years following, but you've been making music a long time.
All right. So
you've been rapping a long time, I should say.
How it really planted the seed in me was a weird situation. I don't want to go too much detail about it. Like 5th grade or whatever. Me and my brother, we grew up in no supervision. Sock the fridge. That's it, bro. So me and my brother had this huge apartment to ourselves.
Alright.
Weird situation, highs and lows type shit,
And this is back in Illinois. Is this like suburbs,
town,
like
small
low key?
Cornfield town.
Alright.
So we had this huge thing. I'm in 5th grade. My brother's a freshman in high school. He's a theater kid. And he's throwing parties, bro. And I was too young. So I had to be upstairs with my boys. And I had all my rats schools with me. We're up there playing GameCube, going crazy. You know? but we would be I had a lot of nights where like I'm in 5th grade, whatever, and this went on until 8th grade. Still, you know, a lot of just this, you know what I'm talking about? And so through the years, I still couldn't go downstairs ever because I'm still a young buck, you know. And so when I'm up there, whatever, my brother's downstairs, theater kid. They would be smoking like Swisher sweets. They would be just, you know, theater kids are like they're rapping, spin flows, or they're singing, or they're doing art stuff, but they're like partying. And I'm not like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. I'm on top of the stairs, like
just like creeping, seeing what's happening
all night, watching. I'm watching it, bro. Just fascinated. Like when they just everything. So if you like, so I'm here promoting my album or whatever, Time Away project I seen done released.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you got a chance to hear the Time Away record.
Yeah.
The whole concept about that is it's that perspective.
Yeah.
So when you listen to the verse, that's what it is.
Okay.
And then at the end of it, it says, all this time away, little do we know I would have been the rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because you're almost, I mean, being that young, you're kind of just tucked away. Yeah. And I mean, to think of a small town like that, I'm surprised, like, how were you guys getting music back then? Because was it just through the internet or?
CDs still.
Still CDs.
Because you gotta remember, man, we're in a house by ourselves.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, you're in a cornfield. Like, where do you even get the CDs? Is this like you go to like Walmart? Because for us, like being in Queens at that age, I'm going to like a corner store that has all the mixtapes and all stuff. Until like LimeWire really started hitting. But if you're on CD time, like where are you getting music from? Were there stores there you could even get equipment?
We had obviously we had the, you know, in a small town, the most exciting thing to do was walk around Walmart. Like
Walmart. That's it.
But like, you know, but we had this one place called Capital Music.
Okay.
And he was the only guy that put on like a culture of skaters, and he was the guy, bro. And you know, he recently got cancer, had to shut down the place.
Oh man. Recently.
So
rise up to him.
So like, I put in my dream vision. Like, I want to be the guy that gets that building back and like brings my fucking. Yeah,
bring it back to the hometown.
I want to be the pillar to that place again, bro. So
what kind of place was it? Was it like more around music or skaters? Was it like clothing?
It was like you walk in, you know, skateboards hanging up, CDs.
Okay.
You can pop it into the CDs. Do I like this? You know, you can
Alright.
That type. There's guitar things back there. You can fucking play. You know. So.
And this is like the only spot in like what kind of like range?
Well, there's like a other spot called Shandy's, but it's like more of a rock. You know?
Okay.
It was like a real like rock. There's a black cat walking around all the time. It smelled like incense, heavy all day.
So yeah, if you want music. But because I lived in like small town in the South, at least, like I lived in Florida for a year, and there was nothing there. It was like
that's what it is, bro.
Yeah, like unless you played sports, like you couldn't really get to music. Like I'm fortunate, like LimeWire had hit by then, but like years before that in Queens, when it was straight CDs, like I couldn't imagine being in a small town trying to get CDs.
And just being a broke kid.
Yeah, that too. I mean, well, you would say 5th grade.
It's kind of what you find, bro. You know. But man, when I was like really just first coming up, I was just a huge punk rock fan. Fall Out Boy, Simple Plan, Green Day, Blink-182. Like those were my guys back then. You know.
Well, I told you, I saw it. Like just from listening to some of the music, you definitely have a unique style that, like being from New York, I don't know if everybody could really appreciate the diversity in it, because the kind of rap that you make is more like, I don't want to say alternative, but I told you, it reminds me of like Mickey Avalon kind of in some ways. You know, Dirt Nasty, like, and then the beats, you have beats like, what's the record? Signing Off versus.
Made on his phone.
Really?
He's in the Marines, makes it on his phone.
See, it's crazy. So, I mean, just trying to improvise everything early on. I know you mentioned off the record that there was a show you went to. You didn't have songs recorded, but you had been rapping for some time.
Yeah. I used to upload. I used to bring up like YouTube beats just on the TV. I would write to it and then just scratch it.
Just to get practice in.
Yeah, I was getting my shots up. You know.
Did you ever get a chance to like go downstairs to the party and like actually rap for like?
Well, the bathroom was upstairs to the girl. You know.
Oh,
like,
Right, got you.
We had our plots. You feel me?
Alright.
We had our moments. You know. Yeah.
So I mean, you go to your grandma's then, like years later. Well, I should take it back. What college did you go to, and why college? If like, did you know you wanted to pursue music? Did you have an idea to do something else?
No, I really, bro, like a safety net.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like it's kind of a situation of like being in a small town, and a lot of people that don't go to school, they ain't got shit going on.
Yeah, you work cornfields.
It's a weird pathway, bro, for you. And I saw that as a broke kid, had dreams, and I was like, fuck, bro, I'm going to college. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna make music. But it was like a no-brainer to me, bro. And
but you went to college for that, or did you have like a career path? Like, what was your backup plan?
No backup plan.
No, so you were like, I'm going to college, but fuck the classes. I'm gonna go to rage and make music.
Well, I went to college in the most unique way of music, because like I didn't want to go to music school because I was like, YouTube, bro. Like I was like, and like I look at art in a way of like, it's just something you fucking do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I went to 3 colleges, but I went for like, my backup plans is like pharmacy school. I went to a music program, but I like realized right away, I'm like, these kids aren't really into music. Like you say YouTube, like a lot of kids that I think go to music school expect the school to teach them, but they don't go out and do that YouTube research.
Man, like art, like people are kind of like, how do you blah blah blah? And I'm like, bro, it's just you can't teach it. And my big thing is, and this is not a secret at all, get your 10,000 hours in.
Yeah, no, it's important.
And it's behind the scenes, man. Like before, like man, like I was locking in, making like it's not a secret.
Yeah. You know? Where was the college at? Was it in a bigger city or?
No, it was like 45 minutes away. It's the closest spot. And
so you're in college, but you're in the suburbs. Are you meeting people or?
It was exactly the same size as my small town, but with a college, like a university.
Okay.
Western Illinois University, if you know, you know.
But I'd imagine a lot of people from your town just end up going to that college.
It's like a pipeline.
So you're in the same kind of circle still.
But like, it's also a pipeline for Chicago.
Gotcha.
Like, so like, it brought me into a world of diversity, and it brought me into a world of like, and finally being like independent.
Yeah.
In a way, like a safety net type of way. But yeah, man, I was just playing shows, and I worked in agreement with the school where they would basically pay me just to host my concerts and my house, however I wanted to, because I went as an event planner.
Okay.
But my plot, because I was like, I don't want to go to school for like learning how to put my sub bass below the.
You weren't trying to like engineer school.
Yeah, like my whole thing was like I can do that, like and I like to not know exactly how to do it, because if you know exactly how to do it, you overthink type shit, Had
you picked up producing in college, or was that something that was more your grandma's?
I was doing it way before.
Okay,
I was making beats so long, bro.
So where do you get this equipment then? Because then if you did that back at home, what gets you into like actually getting the equipment and everything together?
It's super like just stupid, but my brother is a guy that just he just lets stuff slide. And he had this laptop with a really old Mixcraft on it. Oh, a C5. He said he used Mixcraft. He's like, old dusty or whatever. I got the brand new one. You hear what it does. I got a polish out here. The brand new one is competitive with any DAW.
Okay.
I represent that to the fullest. Eminem still uses his first stuff.
Yeah.
This is good. You hear it. You hear the quality. But.
So you start using your brother's equipment?
The laptop was he couldn't get it on. He was like, and I was like, it was like under, like I found it.
Okay.
I was like, what is, like, Aaron, you have a laptop, bro. Shout out Aaron, my brother. And he's like, if you fix it, I took the battery out and put it in and it worked. And he's like, all right, it's yours. And Mixcraft was on there, and I never stopped.
Okay.
And I put down I was gonna go to like D3 schools for basketball. I was getting recruited and all that stuff. I was a nice 3-sport athlete.
You're a big guy too. You got the height.
I was a point guard.
All right.
Average like 12, but people can vouch for me. Like I could do a white man dunk.
What's a white man dunk?
Like you're not like, but like you're throwing it up and you're like you can
tap
it
in.
I can throw it in and like like my middle finger could pull down the rim a little bit. But you know, but in my smallest town, bro, I let my balls hang, bro.
It's hella funny.
Yeah.
So when you were learning to use this equipment, was it all self-taught or was
it? It was really just a fucking
like trial and error.
Yeah, bro. It was just really just. It was so busy where I'm like, let's start now.
What were you doing with like the stuff you recorded on there? Because to record on like a laptop like that, it doesn't sound easy.
I can bring you back before that a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. My first thing I uploaded was so I didn't want to drop music in high school because I was sports and everything, coaches. I was getting recruited. You know, talking about, so what am I going to do? So right when I figured out, like, oh, I'm going to blah, blah, blah school, I'm going to do this, we had a broken iPad, and we just ripped beats off YouTube for that moment, because they were like, my beats weren't hot enough for my friends to hop on at the time. I wasn't at my 10,000 hours yet. You know?
And people didn't really know you were working so hard at music?
No, it was behind the scenes.
They thought you were
my niche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But like, so we were graduating, and we were all senior favorites. I was a class clown for my place. And you know, all the senior favorites, we got together, and we just uploaded a beat on this. It's on my SoundCloud, the very first thing. It's horrible, and we broke an iPad, and we just recorded on it.
On the iPad.
Uploaded it, circulated around my small town. Other people come in as a joke, made a diss. We had a diss thing going on for a while, and out of that, I was the only one that just kept on coming.
Got you.
But it gave me my first little.
I got you. Yeah. Well, was it the competitiveness of it?
No, man. It was like this is something I can really dive into and just.
Got you.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, if I could never upload a song, I would still be doing this like crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I always tell people, man, like, I love the process, and after that, it's just bonus points.
What do you think it was like to make you kind of shift the focus? Because if you were doing well at basketball, that takes a lot of attention and time.
It was just like, you know, my fucking, you know, like a father figure, you know, like Kobe. You know, like I love these people that have that, like, just, you know,
have like that drive.
That drive, bro. And it's like you know, like, I love that. Oh, you're gonna outwork me. I'll fucking boom, boom, boom. You make boom, 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 boom. That goes for anything in life. You feel me?
How do you feel like you evolve from there? Because like the foundation sounds very like pieced together. How do you kind of start polishing it up to the point where?
Started getting money.
Okay.
Well, like, me and money started meeting at the same time.
Well said.
So like, and I'm glad I did because my stuff wasn't, like, my beats weren't there, and like my songwriting wasn't there. So when people hear like, you know, like the tape dropping tomorrow, like, where's this guy come from? Or something like, it's just, you know, 10,000 hours, and like that's what it is. And like, I'm glad I finally got to the professional studios, Soundscape Studios. They do Chance the Rapper stuff. They do like.
I've heard of Soundscape.
That's my peak. Like,
I feel like
past 2 tapes are with them.
Illinois is kind of like a tight circle. Like I've heard there's only a couple like really big venues to perform at, and like it has a lot of different variety. Like even how you explain like being in this smaller town, it's like you have the rock and roll spot, and then you have the spot where you go for like the skater kids, the hip hop kids. It's not like New York where like every corner is a venue.
Well, like, just, it's, you know, like, when I got to Chicago, obviously with the Swisher Suites thing, I'm all stoked. I'm there to perform. If a moment, I would be opening up for like the opening act for like their main people, like the Baby, Megan Thee Stallion at places, but I would be like the main person. So I was like, I'm on. Pandemic happens right when I moved there.
Dang.
Pandemic happens.
Wait, so how far between being at your grandma's and polishing up the beats until you start getting this soundscape?
So you know, first graduate college. I go straight to my grandma's. You know.
Do you finish college altogether as an event planner or as that's fire?
my internship and everything was the host my own.
Wow.
And the CEO brought me in. And that's where I built his studio. And then he showed me how to run a place, how to facilitate everything from the logistics, everything to I know how to run a business and make, you know.
It's got to be big for you because now you got a studio to utilize. You probably know more about the equipment and everything from actually being in there building it.
Yeah.
So you get to see a lot of different sides.
And after that internship, I almost took that route because I was like, man, I want some money, bro. You know, like I was like, I saw him making money. I saw how to bring people in and make money, bro. I saw it. But he would always keep telling me, like, yeah, man, once I get this going, I'm gonna get my music career going.
Oh, I got you.
When
okay.
he said that, bro, like my heart kind of dropped. I was like,
you already know.
You can't stop, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's a thing where like he said that, I'm like, man, it's like you can't, bro. You can't, bro. You gotta go get it.
So was Swisher Sweets was the first like real financial thing that was able to help you move around? Or like, because when you say you started meeting the money, like what does that mean? Did you start selling beats? Like how were you kind of facilitating this after college?
The only job I can do with the flexibility in Chicago was GrubHub.
Okay.
And when I say I have the mama mentality, bro, I fucking started making like $1,000+ a week.
Okay.
Downtown, bro.
Just going crazy on GrubHub.
14-hour days, bro.
Wow.
Just get my money up, get my stacks up. Because it was the only job I can do at my own time, my own leisure. Yeah. And obviously I was making other money in music and all that stuff, but that money's like a week here, a week there, a week here. And then I was like, I need money now. I need to do stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So like I started doing GrubHub on a month. You know, that was my way to get stacked. I was making real good money, bro. And it gives me the option of, you know, like I can drop it at any time.
Yeah, you go do a show or go. Yeah.
It's like it's the only job you can really do to make a competitive wage as a. Artist.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're essentially like freelancing, you know, because you can kind of do what you want to do during the day as far as like the GrubHub, and then if you have something at night or you want to get a session in, you just turn it off and you go do what you do.
It made sense to me. Like,
did you ever meet anyone through that? Like through GrubHub, did you deliver to any studios or like meet any other artists?
I don't want to say where I do it at because
I got you.
People are weird.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I only do it in a small hub.
Okay.
Where I'm surrounded by a lot of wealth.
All right.
So I'm with a lot of.
That's cool.
I'm with a lot of old people, and that's all I talk to. So like, back to the old people place where I didn't have a phone. Like, you know, like I'm an old soul, bro. They tell me everything, and they told me like, you know, like, I thought it was like, you know, you think you're a loser and all that, making beats, bro. What am I doing? But they told me like, you know, like. You're doing it, you know, like you're doing it, you know.
That's it, yeah.
That's all it was, and they told me their stories, man. They're like, oh, you got your heart broken. Wait till you're 40, you get your heart broken. Wait till you're 70 or something. I was like, it gave me time to breathe, bro. It's just like, such a
real life
marathon. I was like, man, so like I like to hang around like, you know, no offense against people our age, bro, but they're all figuring it out. I like to talk to people that's like. They've been through it, bro. You know
I mean, I think a lot of people shy away from it because, you know, you had this kind of like burning desire to do stuff with music. And it's like, even if you go to college, you kind of have the goal in mind. Even if you take a job, you have the goal in mind. A lot of people, their jobs become their identity to some extent. Like, especially when you're making some money. $1,000 a week is like, you know, you're making solid money every year. And if you're in Illinois, you could put that money towards a house or other things. So to just keep reinvesting in yourself, I think people always think it's crazy until they see it pay off, you know?
That's what I'm saying, like, like, people see me now, like, oh, but, like, when I was in the mud, bro, because this shit has,
yeah, it's a roller coaster.
And that's why, how I met you and all that stuff.
So, how do we meet? Because
that's how we come in, bro. I'm at my grandma's, I'm making beats. That's how, like, I had that album 1 that came out.
Okay.
I want to get this clear, because some people ask me, oh, why are you leaving number 1? Number 1 is because, like, 1 is the only number that can be multiplied in every other number, right? You know, that's the only number. And 1, me, I'm the only one. But through art and music, I'm with everybody. Okay. That's what that whole thing is. Like, I had that, like, kind of whatever, and I was like, that's what it is.
And that was the vision for the first project.
I was like, this art's like, you know, there's only one of me. I can't meet everybody. Handshake.
And that project was worked on while you were doing this GrubHub gig?
No, it was way before. It was at my grandma's.
Okay, got you. So that's when you was producing, doing everything.
That was my first professional project.
Okay. What was it like being in the city, and like when did you start kind of putting stuff out like to the Spotify's and the streaming platforms? Because you did this right up until pandemic hit.
Like, I moved and then I was in the whole scene only for a couple months. Like, I moved there like August, and then right when the pandemic happened, like I was doing open mics in my suit. You know, my profile picture of me.
Yeah.
I was doing open mics in that.
All right.
So I was like, I'm the boy, bro. You know. Yeah. So I was doing open mics in that, and it shut down, bro. and it got crazy. Then the whole George Floyd riot started happening, bro, and it was just crazy, bro. It was wild.
What was it like doing open mics in the suit? Because I'd imagine people, if it's around that time, like drill music just kind of started going in New York, so it was like
girls like me, the guys were weary.
Got you. Well, I'd imagine you hit the stage and you look different than anybody else. Like, not just being a white dude, but also being in a suit.
Yeah. Well, it's like, man, it's without tattoos, shock value.
Yeah, you just come up and you like, I'm gonna do some songs for y'all.
You know, I'm a big, just like first impression guy. You see me now, you might not see me for a year or two, and this is your first impression. You feel me? So like, I'm not gonna see those people again. They see me in a suit. They see me in this.
You remember,
That's the point, bro. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of people go through like backpack rappers. I'm like, yeah, bro, but like, you know, I don't need a manager to tell me what, like, a marketing plan. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and this seems very true to you. Like, you're definitely coming from an event planning background where it's like, you know how the aesthetic needs to be. So, pandemic hits, how does that change everything for you? And then you mentioned the George Floyd, like that, I mean, shook up the whole country.
It was weird because I was downtown GrubHubbing.
All right.
Right when they did the mandatory shutdown. And I was in front row when the cars started coming up, and that's when that started happening. So I was in front row. It's on Facebook. You can find it. Yeah, I'm in the front. And I was like, I turned the GrubHub app off. That's why GrubHub is amazing. I turned GrubHub off, and I was like, this is the rest of my day, bro. I took my shirt off, and we just rode, bro.
That's wild.
It was a moment, bro, and I have it on camera.
You just felt the energy. It was like, I'm getting that.
Well, like, I realized what it is. I realized, like, no way this is happening right now. And then it was just a moment. I was like, turn my phone off.
Wow.
Just got it.
Just go with the flow.
You know, the flow. It was an energy I'll never forget, bro. It was very crazy.
Did you like switch up anything, like when pandemic hit, obviously like the deliveries and everything slowed down for a little bit?
No, dude, it was a boom.
It went crazy.
Because everyone was inside.
Okay.
So
so people were still ordering, like even when restaurants started closing and all that?
The restaurants stayed open, but no indoor dining.
Oh, okay.
So their only way to get food.
It's different than New York, and you're the guy. Yeah. So you're making more money in the city.
I was making bank, bro. Like my come up was bro. Like I was like, oh well, no way, bro. Everyone was like, oh, PPP. Like everyone's like fucking like, oh, I'm scrambling. I was like, I'm making so much money right now.
You're chilling.
Yeah.
Wow. And then
it was my come up, bro. Like.
Was this project, because you had the project coming, you said tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Was this something that you started working on then, or has this been in the works since even before pandemic?
Well, I had this done for a year.
Okay.
Close to. Like
a year before pandemic?
Well, like I dropped my album 1.
Okay.
And then I had the beats ready because some of these beats I made in college.
Got you.
They're too like I sit on like because I don't have stories yet or whatever I don't know. But so some of these beats I didn't make it to call. Like I made them years before. So I ride my bike on Lakeshore Drive and I just listen to music until something comes to me. So I have a bunch of beats that just rotate. And they were too advanced for me to.
At the time.
Yeah, they're too advanced and like I just knew I was like hold on to these, bro. You know.
What came first, the production or the rapping?
Rapping.
Okay. And then. Because it seems like the production is something that you almost do more of. Like the rapping, like you go in and you just knock it out. You spend time writing.
I started the Jay-Z thing. I wrote so many times. Now I like to just, and I got so bored of just like listening to a beat. All right, no. I like to ride my bike, put headphones in, and I don't even think about it, bro.
Yeah.
Just like I Jay-Z it. You know, so I want because I put in the work.
Do you lose like certain references, like when you have something? Because I'd imagine if you're doing GrubHub and you ride and you listen to the beats, there's got to be a lot of lyrics that just.
If something really comes up, I bring up like a voice messenger or something, and I'll write it down. But like, I sit on it for a while because once you write it down, you just kind of forget it. Yeah. So if you don't write it down, it better be dope. And that's where that's where harmony comes in for me. Because when you write it on paper, you don't think of harmony really. Like this. Yeah. A lot to it.
How often do you record? Like, is it every day after work?
I have a mic at home. And a lot of this stuff, like I went through a thing where I started dropping like 3 songs a week. This kid from Canada sent me beats, and I knocked them all out in one night. It was like 30 beats.
Damn.
I freestyled them all, bro. And I released about 20 of them.
Okay.
And they're all pretty smacking.
So I'm trying to figure out the method to your madness. It's so all over the place.
Dude, it's like fucking. There's no method to the madness. It's just madness, bro. Like an artist person, bro. It's just fucking like. It's just like running downhill. Just ever seen that like where that They roll the cheese.
Oh, yeah, the cheese run.
That's what it is. Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's a shit show, though. People get hurt doing that.
Yeah. Fucking bro, that's how it goes, bro.
Where does the content come in? Because you have a serious videographer with you.
How I found him? Well, obviously, I graduated with him.
How did he find you?
I guess, you know, I don't know, universe. I graduated as an event planner, right?
Okay.
So my first job, I went to Chicago, and I was doing gig jobs, and I got a pretty big, decently big thing as a stage manager and a vendor manager. Okay. So I was the glue to behind the scenes, and I'm over here just rapping to myself, getting way too sunburned, you know. And he comes over, and he's like, "Hey man," I'm like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Next camera," and he's like, "Oh, he's doing the recap video of the festival." Okay. And we just kind of shoot the shit, have a good time. And I think I hit him up. I was like, "Hey man, you want to make a music video?" Was that it? Yeah. I was like, and he's on all my music videos, and all the music videos have been done in my studio apartment, and we just wipe out everything, and we just put up a screen. And that's it, and just do. Yeah. So yeah. How much? Have you seen a music video yet? I don't think so. They go stupid, bro. They're all on my apartment, bro.
So my question is, how much of this is planned and how much of it is impulsive? Because it seems like the impulse is working for you, but it rarely works for anybody.
I just got to the point of I planted seeds, and now everything's kind of like sprouting. Okay. So it seems like I'm running now, but like it just fine. I planted so many seeds that they're all sprouting at the same time, so it seems like you feel me?
So what's the grand plan? Do you have a grand plan, or is it just go with the flow until something clicks?
Man, I'm having fun, bro. I want to play shows, and you know.
Yeah, but you know, at a certain point, the planning's like so essential.
That's what I'm saying. Like my marketing is like, I already have my next tape done. I'm playing fall. I'm playing my fall. This
tape that's coming out now, is it gonna be everywhere? Is it on all the streaming?
It's everywhere.
So this is gonna be the official first tape that's like that you could stream.
One was there. Cheap Champagne.
Okay.
I have multiple.
Yeah.
One.
Oh, got
that's
you.
My shit.
Okay.
One, The Boy. That's all I did at my grandma's.
And this coming out under.
Well, I didn't know what I did. I put my name. That's why it's not on Apple.
All right.
Because it was originally on it was a weird mess up thing, So it's only right there. And I had Cheap Champagne. That was my first production tape out there.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, bro.
This is a real feature film movie. I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out.
You were in a movie yesterday.
I know, but like, this is a Chicago one.
Okay.
And the how I got into the movies is because I couldn't be doing shows no more. So I was like, so I started doing extra roles with Fox.
Okay.
And then I got my first big role in a feature film. At a big budget.
Well, you're attracting a lot of fucking great things. Like, it seems like you're attracting a whole music career. Yeah. You did the event planning, which I can't believe you finished college as an event planner to then go do GrubHub. Like, I mean, you're just doing so many different things. I'm trying to figure out, like, where to bring it all home.
It's like, it's always been this plan of, like, the music. I want to be a touring artist, but I also want to do movies. It's like, it's really just running and just catching opportunities that I know are like, that's how it is. Like, yeah, the big goal, I want to be like what Jay-Z says, but like that, like, yeah, it's cool, like you see it, but like you gotta run and catch these opportunities and be smart enough to.
Yeah, it's a series of small wins.
Yeah, small wins, and I've been stacking up small wins for so long.
Just stringing them together.
They're looking big now, but like I planted all these seeds, and now like they're starting to, they're all kind of like, that's how it happens. That's how it happens, bro. You know what I'm talking about? They're all like.
With the movies, would you ever do your own movie?
Yeah, I'm writing, bro.
You're already working on your own.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
So I'm planting seeds. Like, so when that comes out after I drop an album, y'all are gonna be like, "Whoa, he's so busy," but like behind the scenes, man.
Who inspires you when it comes down to like the different? Because you do so much. You got a whole production career, acting career, and an artist career.
My brother.
Your brother.
The guy.
Is he still working on anything creative wise?
He's producing my next album.
Okay, so he's working on beats and everything.
Yeah, he does it. He does everything I do. Like, he has a play that a college bought from him, and they perform it.
Yeah, because you said he did the theater.
Yes.
Okay.
He's an amazing.
It's
writer.
Making sense.
He's an amazing writer, bro.
All right.
But the only thing he doesn't do that I do is I'm a businessman.
Okay.
That's all it is, bro.
How, in what way do you think that differentiates? Like, where does the business come into play?
That's what I'm saying here. You know, like a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people don't. A lot of people like wonder how things happen. Other people figure out how it happens. And I was really on this side of like a lot of people are like, oh, how'd you get in that movie? But I was like, who do I email? You know.
Got you.
I mean, my favorite thing is hope is not a strategy. And a lot of artists think hope's their best strategy. Pen to the paper makes the paper. That's what I do.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
That's why I come into the play.
Are you like managing your own stuff also?
Yeah.
Have you worked with any managers?
No. That's why I hit you up like a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
To do management.
And then you hit me up. I told him it makes sense though because I was at my grandma's.
Okay.
And you're like, there's not much going on.
Yeah.
It was before this stuff.
Well, nah. It seems like there's almost too much going on. Like I'm trying to think of it from a management perspective, which way I would approach it because, I mean, it seems like you're doing everything right on your own. But it's very interesting. Like I'm curious to see how you evolve into it because, like I said, I think your style is very different, and then it's like the industry isn't like you're the perfect example of an artist in my opinion because I think a lot of times the artists get so caught up in the industry. It's like what you said, they kind of rely on hope. Where it's like with you do so many different things, and I think it's the same with myself. Like I'm baking fucking cookies. I do the radio. I do interviews. I do management. And people don't really fully understand how to wrap their head around all of it, but then you start seeing certain things click, and the next thing you know, you're in the industry, and it's just like going and going and going.
It's hard to teach stuff. Like that's where the Kobe thing comes, or like some people have that like self motive. Like it's just like you gotta want that, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta want that.
Well, it's gonna pay off for you too because that 10,000 hours thing. I think where people lose track of that is like. The best perk to being in college is the people you meet, and the best perk of doing your 10,000 hours for real and not just coming up is you learn how to pivot and approach and maneuver certain things.
Get snaked a couple times.
Oh yeah, I mean,
good to get snaked from the jump.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If you know, I talk to a lot of kids. They'll have one record, it'll go platinum, and then they're sitting in the studio, we're doing an interview. And a lot of times they don't really understand how they got there, and then their thought of how to stay there is like, I'm gonna just make another song.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, maybe you need to pivot into a movie, maybe you need to pivot into production, and a lot of times they lose the big picture in the career because they're so focused on like the one thing that worked at one time.
Then you're gonna be that artist that's performing that song when you're 30.
Forever, yeah.
You don't wanna be that. You gotta.
Do you have a preference, like, and is there a certain point where you feel like I'm gonna focus more on like I don't know how old you are now, but at a certain point, I know you're
25,
not.
25.
So yeah, you're young. Yeah. At a certain point, if you thought of like when I'm 30, I want to do this, or like I feel with Drake. Drake was like, when I turn 30, I'm gonna start pivoting into being more of an actor. He started doing SNL. He started being in movies.
The whole thing for me is just it's really what takes off first. Cause I got my hand like. I'm doing this, I got a lot, and a lot of stuff's like sprouting up, and it's really just like whatever becomes like where I gotta focus more. Like whenever like such a big opportunity comes up, kind of like Gambino, like when he's doing his movies, you gotta focus on that, but like you can't plan too far ahead, like because like I'm too creative, like I can't just put something to the side. But when something like when an opportunity comes here, I'm like I'll just I
feel it.
I'm like all right, like. I'll sit do whatever, but like I gotta focus on this project right now, and being an artist, bro, like that keeps things fresh. Like you do something like projects. Life is projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that's.
I respect that you're doing it, bro. Honestly, it seems like there's a lot of great stuff going on. So you're gonna be here. You're doing this billboard tomorrow in Times Square, and then where to next?
That's really our New York move.
Okay.
New York, meet you, do that, and then the next day we're thinking about the party because we're supposed to be in the second half of the movie. Or whatever, but they switched dates, but I already have my stuff lined up, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, yeah, you're more than welcome to come out to Tone's party. Big up my brother DJ Tone. We're gonna go fucking crazy in that backyard, Long Island. But nah, man, it seems like you're working on a lot of great stuff. I'm excited for the project to drop, and like I definitely need to dive into these videos because the fact that you shot every video.
Bring it up to YouTube. Bring it up to the YouTube so we can make sure.
Please. Y'all can check for the videos on YouTube also. I'm going to link them in the caption as well as the Instagram. Make sure y'all follow my man Alexander Lewis. I appreciate it, man.
@1 #1 numeral
at
Alexander Lewis.
1 Alexander Lewis.
Louis. A lot of people go the EW route with Lewis.
Listen, go into the caption, hit like, subscribe, and make sure y'all follow. Everything is tagged right there, as well as the new project, which I know this interview we did today, you're dropping it tomorrow. I'm gonna get my guy Goose on this ASAP. We're gonna have this interview out. The project should be out right now. Make sure y'all check for that and support my mans. All right. Anything else you want to add? Because you gotta put me on these videos.
Really, man, just it was nice to meet you, bro.
Yo, pleasure.
I'll tell you how I met you after, whatever.
Oh nah, I mean tell her shit.
Yeah.
So we met in person?
No.
We haven't met in person.
I was at my grandma's. I was a couple beers down, just at my grandma's. You know?
Alright.
I'm watching your Instagram live.
Is that live with Auntie?
Auntie, yes, Auntie. And yeah, I know. And this is like I'm short. I don't know, my hair's like right, like whatever. I think I have like glasses on maybe.
Alright.
I'm watching TV. And I just request a live. You know, I'm like, let's see what happens. You answer it, and right away we're talking. You're like, "Are you stoned?" I'm like, "I was just drunk." I was like,
I might have been stoned.
Yeah. So
was I at the radio station?
Yeah, you were at the radio station.
Okay.
I told everybody I was on Hot 97. I was like, "Yeah, I got this."
As you should.
I got this Hot 97 interview lined up.
As you should.
Yeah. And we were just talking, and then I was too eager. I was like, I had to get myself on, so I do what you like. What people hate is like, I was like, I'm a rapper. I'm a blah 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 blah. But like, I'm in the mud, bro. Yeah. I'm like Swisher. So I'm like really pouring it on you. And then when we got off, you're like, I'm not because no more rappers. They're gonna try to promote themselves. Yeah. Like, I just want a combo.
Oh no.
But I get it. But
well, that's how it goes.
I was in the mud though.
No, but I think, it's important. Like, I pay attention to everybody. Like, I always try and give everybody a shot to come on. I wish we would have talked about all of this stuff, honestly, on the live, because...
That never happened.
Yeah, well, I'll say this to you, and I'll tell every other artist out there watching, like, anything that's made me kind of successful in music is, like, talking to people about, yo, I do haircuts. Yo, I used to work at Sleepy's doing mattress. I have no pizza. Like, so I really like connecting with people on genuine stuff, because I can see now where a kid that kind of grew up middle of nowhere, then did the DoorDash, like
GrubHub.
Sorry, shout out to GrubHub, you DoorDash, better pay better. But nah, real talk. Whatever it is, I think all of those things are what really help people like embody who they are. And there's so many people that are short-sighted where it's like the music. And I told you, like, square one. What I love about this music is how different it is, but I think the average person doesn't appreciate it for that. I think the average person is gonna be like, oh, you're another rapper, you're another rapper, you're another rapper. I wouldn't even call you a rapper. Like, you're a real artist. And I think that it's so rare that you find people that are like sincere artists. And it's not just because of the music, but I think what makes you an artist is everything from sitting at the top of the stairs to putting together your own plans for the videos and for connecting with people. Like, that's really, I think, what's important, is just linking on genuine shit. So for any artist that's out there watching, you come on my live, talk to me about you, and we'll get to the music like I did today with Alexander Lewis, y'all.
Cookies are crazy, bro.
Cookies are good, and y'all can buy cookies, link in bio. But yeah, let's watch these videos. Until next time, y'all.